Hi everybody, it's Miss Tiffany from the Butler Area Public Library, and I'm here with another video to help provide resources to you if you're trying to do story time at home. This video is going to talk about the use of music and singing in story time. I know not everyone feels comfortable with singing, but just remember when you're working with a child, they don't care if you're on pitch, they don't care if everything is perfect. It's all about the interaction between you and that child. That being said, I have compiled a playlist of some of my favorite songs to use during story time, and you are free to use it at home for your story times. I will link it in the description of this video. So music serves a lot of different purposes when you're doing story times or even free play at home. First of all, music and singing gets kids moving. It helps them get some of the energy out and ready to move on to the next task. That's why at the beginning of every story time, I do a song to get out a lot of the extra energy. The song that I use is called the Wiggle It Dance, and it's actually found on the playlist that I just mentioned. I do have set motions that I use for it, but you're free to do whatever you want because it's your story time. I really encourage the use of classic songs when you're doing story time. They're classics for a reason. They use things like a steady beat, a rhyming structure, and repetition of lyrics to help children expand their literacy skills. Singing also helps build children's memory. When you use a song that repeats the same lyrics over and over again, it really does help children build their vocabulary and learn to understand sentence structure. But if one of your standard favorites doesn't have repetition built into it, that's okay. You can still just repeat the song over and over again. I like to set a routine for my story times so that my story time friends know we're always going to start by listening to a song that helps us get ready to find our seats and begin story time. Then we get a little bit of our energy out with the Wiggle It Dance. Then we always say a hello song. So consider using a hello song when you do your story times at home as well. It will help the child learn to anticipate what's going to come next in your story time structure. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. The one that I use is Hello Friends. I incorporate sign language into it. You can do that, or you can opt not to do that, but it's a very simple song. It just goes, hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We use the same song as our goodbye song, only we change our hellos to goodbyes. Again, that's repetition of a familiar structure that's going to help a child improve their memory. Another great use of music during story time is something that we call action songs. Again, these are songs that get kids up and moving to get out some of that energy and help them refocus their attention for the next story. These are songs that also help them learn to follow directions because the song is going to tell them how to move. A great example of a song that is an action song is Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes. This song also helps children learn and practice different parts of their body. In the same way that music can be used to get children up and moving and active, music can also be used to calm children down and let them know it's time to sort of refocus and settle themselves. There are lots of soothing songs, and lullabies are especially good for this type of an activity. One of the songs I like to use as a way to calm children down during story time is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Again, it's a classic for a reason. Now, if you've ever been to one of my story times, you're probably familiar with the fact that I use common melodies, but I make up my own words to them sometime. And that's something I encourage you to do as well. That way you don't have to know a million different songs. Basically, if you know the tune to Mary Had a Little Lamb, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, if you're happy and you know it, and I'm a Little Teapot, just with those 4 melodies, you can make up tons of different songs with different words. If you like to do themes for your story time, you can craft songs around whatever theme you're doing, or if you just do an unthemed story time with whatever songs you feel like doing that day, it's always interesting to mix it up with your own lyrics. And remember, I said that the children don't really care what your voice sounds like. Here's another secret. They don't always really care about the song, especially for very small children. They're looking for that soothing feeling that comes from the rhythm and the repetition. So you could sing a song about anything. I've seen tons of parents and caregivers make up songs about changing diapers or songs about mealtime, and it's just something that you've made up all on your own. It's still going to make those children very, very happy to hear. I want to take a moment to mention something that, while it's not technically a song, it uses a lot of the same literacy principles that are found in the songs that we've been talking about. And these are called finger plays. And as you can imagine, they involve moving your fingers a lot. So this is something where a child is still going to learn rhythm and repetition, but not necessarily using an actual singing voice to do it. A good example of this is the Two Little Blackbirds rhyme, and it's pretty simple. You're going to use your two pointer fingers, and it's two little blackbirds sitting on a hill, one named Jack, the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. As you can see, I didn't really sing that, but there was repetition, there was rhythm and a pattern, there was rhyming. So you can see that it's still employing a lot of the same principles. Finger plays are especially good for parents and caregivers who might not necessarily feel as comfortable singing, at least at first. Using music and singing with older toddlers and preschoolers is pretty straightforward, but I have a lot of caregivers ask me how they can incorporate music with smaller children, specifically babies who might not be as independent with their motions. It's really simple, and I actually have a friend here to help me demonstrate what you can do with any song that you're using for a story time at home to help engage babies. So we're going to pretend that my friend, Mr. Bear, is my baby. And when you're doing a song with a child who doesn't have independent motion, all you want to do is you want to use your hands to help guide their motions of their hands or perhaps their legs, or to touch them the way the song describes. So for example, if you had baby on your lap and we were singing head, shoulders, knees, and toes, you would be the one that would touch either your hand or baby's hand to the head, shoulders, knees, and toes. You can also use this as an opportunity to bounce baby on your lap to help them get the feeling of a steady beat. So let's say we were singing row, row, row your boat. You could just bounce baby on your lap to the rhythm of the song. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Another thing to consider if you're working with a child who is going to be primarily on your lap while you are doing music is mix things up a little bit. Sometimes you can have them pointed face out on your lap so that it's easier to manipulate their hands for them. But also you want to take time where you're turning baby around to face you so that baby can see you singing, can see your lips forming the letter sounds, and can engage with your facial expression. I hope this video has helped you think about ways that you can incorporate music, singing, finger plays, and lap bounces into your story times at home. If you're ever looking for suggestions on different types of songs or dance activities, finger plays, rhymes, or lap bounces for younger children, please feel free to reach out to me here at the library because I'm always happy to help. Thanks so much for watching.